Good morning, Monday, 17th of April, 2023. And today I want to talk about energy and that we are connecting energetically with each other long before we actually get to understand each other's personalities. And so we kind of confuse this sometimes, thinking when you first meet somebody, you might think there's a very strong connection there, and it's like, oh, my soul just knows their soul. That's because your energy and their energy is already aligned, and both of your energies know that there is going to be something that you need from one another, so you come together to get what you need from one another. Sometimes your energies just can be totally aligned with one another. So it's a feeling of, I'm always comfortable around this person. I always feel this familiarity around this person. I just love to sit with this person because their energy and my energy, it just blends together and it just feels lovely. And other times when you first meet somebody, you're really drawn into their energy because there is something in you that is going to grow and learn. So this could be somebody this is not really your personality. It's like, because someone that has an inner confidence and they use that as to exude outer confidence. And there can also be other people that have an inner confidence, but they don't exude that outwardly, but you can still feel it. They might be somebody who in a public setting can be a quiet person, but you can still feel their inner confidence. It doesn't have to be that they're loud and brash and out there. You can still have an inner confidence, but you can feel that in somebody. Somebody can have a very positive inner energy, like they see the glass is always half full and they just exude that. And so when you are around that kind of energy, it feels good because you want to be the same. If you're not somebody who's like that, you may want to be like that. So you will come into their circle and learn from them or experience things or grow within yourself. Somebody who's very disciplined and they have that kind of disciplined energy about them. If you're somebody who's not like that, but you want to learn that, you will come into that energy field so that you can learn that about yourself. And it changes you. It starts to change you. And then your energy changes. So you are constantly sending out some energy, but do you know what kind of energy you're sending out? Because you can be around people who are very draining. They don't even realize it though, because they can be such beautiful people and they can be so kind and friendly and they just want to help everybody, but their actual energy can be very draining on another person, but they may not be aware of it. Or your energy could be very healing and you're not even aware of it, but you'll get total strangers that come up to you and will start telling you their life story, or they just want to be around you all the time because they're getting the healing energy that you're sending out, and you may not even be aware at how much healing energy you're sending out. You may be someone who carries a lot of fear inside, and this comes out in your energy, and you attract other people that also have a lot of fear. And then you think you've lined up with you found your tribe because they think the same way. It's because your energies are the same. If you're somebody that doesn't have self-worth and you don't practice self-respect internally, that also exudes out of you. So you will find people that come into your life that feel your energy. They feel that you don't have self-worth, so they won't give you any worth. They'll just use you. And you can be the kindest person in the world, and you're always giving to people, but no one gives anything back to you because you're not aware that the energy you're sending out is, I'm not worth it, so you can just use me. And once you become aware of the energy that you're sending out, you then start to see what you are attracting back to you and the type of people that are in your life. If you are somebody who really would like a relationship, but you don't trust, internally you have this, I don't trust other people, I don't want to go through the same thing again. You have this internal energy of, I'm blocked off, right? I'm blocked off. And so, but you're still wanting a relationship, but people will come into your energy field and then feel that you're blocked off. And they feel that you can't trust them. And they feel it first, and then they will go away. They won't even bother. They won't even bother getting to know you because you're already telling them, I'm not going to trust you, and I'm not, because I don't trust myself. You know, I don't trust myself, so I'm not going to trust you. They will just go away and won't even give anything a chance. And it can happen in any kind of situation. I once knew somebody that it wasn't even our personalities that clashed. It was our energy just did not align. And I remember having this conversation with this person one day because I just felt like they didn't want to be around my energy and I didn't want to be around their energy. But we were in a situation where we had to be in each other's lives every day. And I openly said, do you know what? I can tell that your energy doesn't like my energy. It's nothing to do with your personality. I think you're a great person. But I can just feel internally that our energy is totally different. We're on different levels of what we're journeying on. And you know what? That's okay. So even though we have to be in each other's lives every day, maybe if we're just aware that our energy is totally different and we accept that, we might get along a lot better. It might feel better to be around one another. Well, the moment I said that, it was like this cloud had lifted, and she said yes. It was all okay. We could be around one another and understand that our energy was totally different. But it made it better. It was like a cloud had lifted. And it's just being aware. So are you aware of the energy that you send out to other people? You could probably ask people that you trust if you don't get offended, because what if somebody said to you, oh, your energy is extremely draining? That's going to be offensive and that may make you feel hurt, but are you then willing to work on what is it about my energy? Is it because I'm constantly asking questions to everyone? Do I constantly have to know absolutely everything that's going on? Do I talk too much? Am I in everything? Like, start to take notice of what you actually do with your life and then understand, wow, my energy might be trying to suck so much information from so many different people and I want to learn so much, but I'm actually draining people around me. Maybe I need to pull that in. Maybe I need to just not have to know everything, sort of thing. Or is my energy healing? Am I attracting people that want to tell me their life story and they want to just sit with me? And also, this is where if you're the person that's got the healing energy and the other person is the draining person that's sucking the energy out, for the person that's doing the healing, you've also got to create some kind of internal boundary where you're just not giving out your energy. I've had to learn that myself, where I was just like, I was this open book. Anyone could just take my energy and take it for their healing and take it for whatever, until I was totally drained. then I had to realize I'm going to share my energy when I allow myself to, not all the time, not be an open book. It's just something it's kind of like learning it in your mind and then practicing it in your internal energy field. A way to see energy, to see an aura of somebody, is you can stand in front, like just stand in front of a blank wall with a light, and you get somebody to look at you, and they start to see this energy field that's around you. It's a light. Sometimes there's colours there. You'll see the colours. Sometimes it's just like a white light, and it can pulse, and sometimes it's big. Like there's a really big light around somebody, and sometimes it's quite close to their body. It's not a right or wrong thing. It's just how much energy you're sending out and how much energy you're reserved in. And something else you also notice with children, I see this a lot with kids when they're sitting in a trolley in the supermarket and they're watching adults. They smile at some adults and other adults they kind of frown at. They're just seeing energy. So when they smile, they see somebody who's got a lot of loving brightness coming out of them. And other times it's not that somebody's a bad person. It's that somebody has fear inside of them, or their energy is just a negative, and that's why kids just don't want to be around them. Even with babies, when you pass them around to be nursed by some people, they just react to some people and just don't want to be in that energy field. It doesn't mean that that person's got wrong energy. It's just that it doesn't line up with the baby, because we are all different. We're on different levels. And also, so sometimes when you're feeling this energy towards somebody and you think, I've got to get to know them, it's because there's a lesson there. Other times when you feel the energy of somebody else, it can be really off-putting. And it's kind of like your body saying, don't have anything to do with that person. Just don't have anything to do with that person. It's like this really strong instinct that they could hurt you in some way, physically or mentally. But there's also, it's depending on how you feel that energy, because I've been in situations where sometimes I have thought, I don't like their energy, but I'm still going to journey with them. And I've learnt something incredibly valuable about myself that I wasn't ready to face before. But then there's been other times where I've felt this is really toxic, horrible energy. And yet my ego self has still gone, well, let's just see what happens here. I mean, I really should, and in those situations, in that moment, I should just say, just trust that instinct and just walk away. But quite often, my stubbornness and my ego will say, well, let's just test the waters here. I always get burnt. Absolutely always get burnt. And so I think I've got to a point now where I've stopped that stubbornness. And now when I just feel someone's energy and I really there's just nothing that's going to be beneficial to my energy by being around their energy, will just keep that distance there. And learning how to have that internal boundary. Like I think the biggest one for me was learning to have my own self-worth and my own respect. And the more I grew that inside myself, the more my energy went out, and I stopped getting people using me. It just stopped. The only time now that I will get somebody, they will offer me something as an exchange. They see this level of worth that I will give. It's a give-take thing. It's not just take. And that had to happen from me internally, knowing my worth. Because having no self-worth and just being open, it's like an open door of your house. Like, anyone, come in, take whatever you like, just take it away, leave me with nothing. That's what it's like. So maybe it's really worth just trying to understand what kind of energy other people are getting from you. Are they getting a comfortable energy, a healing energy, a loving energy? Are they getting drained from your energy? Are they picking up your fear? Are you negative? Do you send out a very negative vibration? And so people don't want to be around you because you're always negative. Even in your conversation, everything you talk about has a negative tone. You're always complaining about somebody else. You're blaming other people. That gives you such a negative energy. Why would people want to be around that? You are responsible for your energy field. You create your energy field from the thoughts that you have. So if you want more people around you, or you want to find love, you've got to let go of that blocked energy. You've got to be more positive, practice gratitude. I mean, you know yourself. Don't you love being around people that are exuberant with positive energy? Doesn't it feel good to be around them? It makes you feel good. And when you're around somebody who's really negative and complaining all the time, doesn't that make you feel, it's like, do you want to bring my energy down to your energy? No. So, and it's also important, if you're a really, really positive person, to stay in that positive field and don't let the energy of other people suck you dry. Because you could be, what if you've got a really, really positive person and a negative person, and this one keeps nitpicking and nitpicking and nitpicking, and this one's just like, it's like a big filled up balloon that just wants to deflate. It's very hard to continually stay in that big inflated balloon while someone over here is trying to bust it, But yeah, it's interesting. You walk into rooms, you feel the energy. You walk into houses, you feel the energy. And you work into a workplace, you feel the energy. You can tell when someone is worried about something when they haven't even opened their mouth. They haven't even told you anything, but you feel their energy. We are so brilliant at feeling the energy of other people. It's amazing. So yeah, lesson for you this week, experiment. See if you can work out the energy that you are putting out there, you're sending out there. Is it loving? Is it healing? Is it confident? Is it self-worth? Or is it negative, draining, low self-esteem? Yeah, take note and see what you can learn about yourself.